Welcome to the Outside Man podcast, the armchair's guide to rugby league, where you will hear not just the good stuff, but the controversial stuff. We're not scared to get down and dirty. But thanks for getting in and having a listen. Give us a like and a subscribe now, and share it with your friends. It'll either be good or funny. Either way, send it off. But thanks for joining us, guys. We got Matto on the end over there.
Yep.
We got Jedi here.
Yep.
I'm Jace, and this is Cal.
Hello.
And I'm still in the footy finals.
You're still here.
Still going.
Yep.
Hanging in there.
Sorry.
Yep. And we picked up another subscriber.
Yep, another subscriber. So, actually, shout out.
Yes. Shout out.
We got the pest guys out this week.
Yep.
One guy in particular from Pest Works. I don't know where they are, but they're on the Sunshine Coast. And Derek was over.
Derek! Good on you, Derek.
Came to spray the shed, saw all the footy paraphernalia, and then my wife was talking to him about the podcast, and he's like, "Oh, you haven't got enough Rabbitohs gear." and she's like, "Yeah, they're starting to get a bit." And he's like, "Oh, hang on a sec." He went out to his car, got his personal hat, brought it in, and we've got it sitting up over there. Now we've got, if you can see that on the camera, we've got
a random South fan.
Random South fan.
And,
that's all we're about. That's real footy.
Yeah, big shout out to Derek. Thanks for
Derek.
checking it out, and thanks for the hat too.
Yep.
Really appreciate your support, and everyone else that watches week in, week out.
Yep.
Big weekend of footy.
If you
guys.
want to send us your hat, if you follow the
Good idea.
Ipswich Jets or I don't know,
Colts.
who else
Well,
can
actually,
you support?
Jed and I were talking about retro jerseys and paraphernalia. So,
Yeah.
Well,
I'd love to have a South Queensland
Hang on.
Christchurch jersey.
Aren't we running out of space?
No, we'll find.
We'll work.
Matt can build a bigger shed.
Yeah, we actually got another studio. We're building another studio. So.
Oh, right. Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Didn't I tell you? Spotify called. $100 million deal for 5 years.
Next to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they're paying you guys, but that's what I mean.
We still do it in your
Hey,
shed.
random question, Carl.
Oh,
Go.
okay.
Are you a socks guy?
What, like Red Socks?
Yeah.
Or like
Like
socks
as
on
in
your feet?
socks I put on my
Yeah,
feet.
yeah.
I wear them every
Do you like
single
long
day.
socks?
Odd socks?
Long.
No.
Well, I've got something for you, mate.
Oh,
I've got something for you. I was able to pick this up from my where I work.
I genuinely don't know what he's going to pull out from my I'm kind of scared.
And we had it on clearance, but I've got a pair of socks
Oh, Jed!
Oh,
and
beautiful.
a glass for you.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's so nice. It's not even Christmas or my birthday.
Yeah.
So.
Should have waited till Christmas.
Jed, that's awesome.
No worries, mate.
I would say we should put it up as like, how we did a prize for Mr. Noki Fora back earlier.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going to keep it. Can I keep it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Jed. That's awesome. I'm going to put that here in front of the laptop. There you go. Thank you, mate.
Yeah.
No
Appreciate it.
worries, mate.
I thought you hated me.
No, I actually do like you half the time.
Oh, phew. I'll take that. I'll take that. Thanks, Jed.
Well, this round's had plenty of controversies, I guess.
Ooh.
So
I
I
thought it was a
think
quiet week.
if you haven't been paying attention,
Living under a rock.
you need to watch the highlights from last round. I'm thinking instead of doing a dedicated controversy corner this week, maybe we just do controversies per game. Unless you got
no, I've got a dedicated.
you got a dedicated one.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I've got a
let's.
little segment
You got a segment.
Oh,
that I'd like to run through.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll do that now.
All right, so I've decided that we should do a armchair judiciary.
Oh.
There's a lot of, let's say, Facebook warriors out there that are determining what grade certain things are and how many weeks they should get and whether it should be a fine. So I did a lot of research.
Okay.
A lot of research. I actually read the rules
Wow.
of the NRL, which is quite crazy. And I found out how to grade a charge.
Ooh.
So we are going to independently, Jed,
Yep.
with no heart attached, we're going to
That's gonna be hard.
independently grade Reece Walsh's headbutt
Yeah.
which
Yep.
is classed as a striking charge.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. There are 3 categories
Yep.
that no cheating.
Oh.
I'm going to say it. 3 categories that you have to go through to work out the charge of a thing. So the first one is force.
Yep.
How much force was in the incident? The higher the force, the higher the grading.
Yep.
The second one is the risk of injury. The potential for a player to be physically injured during the incident. The higher the risk,
Yep.
the higher the grading. And the last one, was it careless, reckless, or intentional?
Yep.
Okay? All right, so here we go. Force. So Reece Walsh's headbutt. How much force was involved?
Minimal.
Yeah, I think if you watch it in slow-mo, it was...
Minimal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul Kent, I think, said it wouldn't pull a seal off a chick packet or something.
No, it was skin. Oh yeah, it was
Yeah, something like
something
that, yeah,
like
just
that. Yeah,
absolute-
no, not
so-
the skin off cream or something like that.
So we're saying 0. Like lowest
zero.
Minor,
possible
yeah.
charge.
Yeah.
Risk of injury.
I would say moderate if you had it connected.
0,
Yeah.
I'd say, because the force was meant.
No,
Oh.
potential injury.
Oh,
is-
so you're
Yeah.
talking about if he
Not
makes proper
potentially. Oh, no, the potential for the player, but on the actual action.
Based on
Not
the
is there a
force.
potential if he hit him harder, or is there a potential if he jumped? The potential on the incident itself.
He could have split his head open
Wow.
if he makes good contact.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But he
could
did,
have. Could have.
but he.
It was the action. It wasn't forehead to forehead. He's sort of gone like that. And
Yeah.
The top
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
he's gone
probably
up
face,
and-
probably busted lip or something like that. So minor.
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 Maybe.
Not really. Like, I'm adding into the rules here, but like, I think risk of injury compared to games missed, which is a bit like what they were talking about with
Yeah.
Nico.
Yeah.
So I think that was minor.
Minor.
And then the last one, was it careless, reckless, or intentional?
Intentional.
Intentional.
Right, so we have only got 1 out of 3 that have a higher grading than grade 1. So you have to have like 3 grade 2s to be a grade 2 or 3 grade 3s to be grade 3. So therefore, Reece's headbutt is a grade 1, which is a fine.
Yeah.
So that's how they
Yeah,
came to that
I'm
conclusion.
okay with that.
That's how we are coming to that conclusion. The only other circumstances is that they would read into it is, has there been previous accounts like that, and are there any other things surrounding it? Like, is a guy lying on the ground, then he elbows him.
Yeah.
Or,
So what
you
about
know,
what about the fact that he also gave the finger to the crowd?
That's not a
I know
part of
that's
this
a-
incident.
I know that's a separate incident.
Yeah.
But does the fact that he's getting a fine for that and a fine for that,
two separate things.
two separate things,
No,
does that add up?
because one is a football field offence
One's a
and
crowd-
one is off the field.
off the
Oh,
So
okay.
one's
Strict
putting
conduct.
NRL in disrepute, which will never be, which is a separate.
Oh,
It's not
okay.
this
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
So, Jed, where your question would come in handy is if he headbutted someone else in the game.
Yeah. They
That's
did a
when
high
it's-
tackle or
a
something.
high tackle.
Yeah.
It's or striking. So there's a difference between headbutt is classed as striking.
Yeah.
So you have to have multiple of the same category.
Yeah.
So striking and a head high or dangerous tackle are two different things.
Yeah.
So you have to have multiple of the same category.
And what about if he's already had previous charges throughout the season?
Only through the season. There has to be more
Yeah.
than 2. There has
But
to be
I couldn't,
3.
I couldn't actually find any. I thought there was, but I couldn't
Yeah.
find them.
Can I tell you? I went and did the research after your comment in
Yeah.
our group the other day. So
I thought
he
they must have
had
been last year.
in round 22 he shoulder charged, and in round 3 he shoulder charged. They were the only 2 offences.
So the
he's
head
had
bust
this year.
must have been the previous years.
Yeah, yep. So he did one.
Okay.
It was
so
Jerome Luai in
what
Origin.
is the on-field punishment for a headbutt?
Sin bin.
The striking charge is 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So why did Hudson Young go to the bin?
We're not talking about Hudson Young.
Absolutely.
We're talking about Reece Walsh.
Yeah.
Absolutely
and I'm gonna,
no
I'm gonna
reason
get
at all.
into
We'll
that.
talk about that in a minute.
Would,
yeah,
would we like
later.
to do...
Can we do Pat Carrigan?
Can we do Pat Carrigan? That's what I was just about to
Yeah.
say. So Pat Carrigan is a really different situation. So force.
Oh.
Well,
what's higher than moderate?
Well,
So
everyone,
it's like
everyone
one,
thought it was a
two,
head
or
clash
three.
at the start
Sorry?
until they slowed it down. So I'd say
I'd say
less
2.
than moderate.
Yeah, I'd say moderate.
Force.
Well, it split his lip, split him open.
I thought the force was pretty decent.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then, well, I don't know. But this is.
Well, he
I
didn't
think
go.
the force
Did he
was
go off for
decent.
HIA? Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
He's got his mouth split open.
I thought it was.
So
I
Cat
don't
2
know.
HIA. So
I thought moderate.
elite minimum moderate. So
I thought it was moderate. What did the ref say? Well, we're sorry, we're not.
Well,
We're doing this by ourselves, aren't we? I thought it was
Yeah.
moderate.
yeah,
Definitely at least moderate
yeah,
force.
moderate force.
Um,
Potential for injury.
High.
risk of
High.
injury,
Yeah.
High.
quite high.
Yep.
Careless, reckless, or intentional.
Not intentional.
Not reckless. I'd say.
Well, because
it's
he's hitting in the
accidental.
head, it has to be reckless.
And he
Okay.
shot up out of the line too, so he
Or
ran up
reckless.
really
Yeah,
fast.
I'd say reckless, but not
Yeah.
intentional.
Not
So
intentional.
definitely not intentional.
And not careless.
Basically, we've gone the second level pretty much on all of it
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
And so that's why he gets a grade 2, he misses a game.
Yeah.
So that's how it goes. Like, you could probably put force up higher if you wanted to, but it'd still be only a grade 2.
Now,
If he did get injured and miss a game or something like that, that's where the risk of injury portion goes up as well.
Oh yeah.
So, and that would be the force would go up because he got injured.
So is that why Nico's got downgraded because the injury wasn't?
I didn't actually look at Nico, but Nico, the force was barely nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely careless. There was nothing reckless.
No
wasn't
like,
intent.
and
Wasn't
Potential
intentional.
injury.
yeah, the risk of injury was the only thing.
Well, that's would have been moderate, but then downgraded.
But
Yeah.
we saw two of the same tackles in the Broncos Raiders game that Nico did. Nothing was said about him.
Yeah.
And Nico's was less than the two tackles we saw
Yeah,
in the
I know.
Broncos Raiders. Payne Haas,
Well,
the one on
he got-
Payne
yeah.
from Starling. It was like that's exactly what Nico did. It's maybe a little bit worse because Payne actually suffered. I know Montoya did get injured as well. But nothing. Didn't hear anything from the Broncos. So there's the inconsistency that's frustrating us.
So anyway, I hope that helps the viewers
really
at
good.
home. I
That
did a
was
lot
great,
of
Jake.
research for
Yeah.
you guys in that one there, and dumbed it down a little bit so I could explain it, which I'm not great at. But anyway, yeah, that's how they sort of work out those different gradings, and I think we all agreed the gradings were correct via the system that they use. Whether
When
that
you-
system is correct
Yeah.
or not, that's not something we'll get into.
When you take the emotion out of it.
Yeah.
Well, I know we were going to do a separate thing for Controversy Corner, but my point directly links to what Jace has just talked about and just what you spoke about, Matt. So I want to talk about facts versus feelings.
Because facts don't have feelings.
Because facts don't have feelings.
Yes.
They do at
Now-
the time. They do at the time.
Can all of us agree we have players that grind our gears? Right? All of us, I know you two definitely, to my left, Jed and Matt, definitely
players.
have a player that played on the
Harry
weekend
Grant.
that just grinds our gears, right? I've got them. We all have them. Every NRL fan, if you are a proper NRL fan, has a player or multiple, and that's fair enough, that just grinds your gears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the problem with that as well is most of the time these players are really good at what they do. And I'm going to use an example for myself. Latrell Mitchell grinds my gears like
Agreed.
you wouldn't believe. He is a grub. But if I humble myself and talk about the facts rather than my feelings, I have to acknowledge it's because he's so good at the game. That's probably why it frustrates me a little bit more.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the hate for Latrell or dislike for Latrell that I would if he played for the Cowboys, for instance. And that's a great filter. These players that grind your gears, if they played for your team, would you hate them or feel the same way about them that you do when they don't play for your team? So I wanted to talk, and I was going to bring up the Reece Walsh headbutt. And I'm not going to speak too much on it now because we already have. But what I wanted to talk about was because of the emotion that we have towards certain players, we tend to base our opinions and our decisions on certain events in games based off the emotion we have towards that player rather than the facts towards that player. Am I?
Yeah.
Yep. So, yes, Reece Walsh, let's talk about the head knock really quick, the headbutt. There was intent. Let's look at the facts. There was intent there. It was an intentional headbutt. Correct, it was. He got sent to the bin. That's a fact. Hudson Young got sent to the bin for his role in it. That's a fact. Whether take the emotion out of it. The facts, these are just the facts. Now let's look at some more other facts. He got a fine. That's a fact, right? The other facts in this as well, Jacob Saifidi also headbutted in the exact same way that Reece Walsh did. He got a fine. Morgan Smithies had a headbutt this year, slightly different to Walsh's, but he got a fine. And Seyfarth also this year headbutted. He also got a fine. So in the moment when the emotion's high and strong, we're all going, suspend him, it's a ridiculous thing, he's gone for the prelim, you know, he should be out. But if we take away our feelings, because, you know, our feelings are biased, and we look at the facts, I think, like Jace has done for us tonight, we looked at the facts, the right decision has been made, and everyone online and in Facebook groups have seen that the right decision was made, the facts were made, and we're going to talk about a couple other things later on too, like about Hudson Young as well. If we, NRL fans, I'm pleading to you guys, and it's hard when the emotion, you know, in the freshness of the emotion, but just pull the feelings out of it and look at it from a factual perspective. You will avoid a lot more Facebook arguments and arguments with your friends than you would have just carrying the emotion with you. So
yeah. Do you think that some of that hatred, like when we talk about Latrell and Reece, can be towards some of their off-field antics?
Definitely.
It plays into their character.
I think the whole thing...
Yeah, like...
And I think Ronaldo is like the opposite for me. Like, I think if Ronaldo played on any other team,
you'd hate him.
I could possibly hate him. And and to agree with your point, I definitely hate Melbourne for what they've got away with. And that's because they were so good at doing it.
Yeah.
And that's what I dislike.
I
did, and on that thought, I did think someone, I don't know who brought it up, but someone was like, if that was Nelson on Reece, firstly, the action couldn't exist. But like,
too tall.
if Nelson's like done that to Reece Walsh, like there would be a lot of calling for his head.
Yeah.
Like also.
Well, how many things did JWH do?
He was another example.
Yeah.
You know, Jared Warrior-Hargraves, big time fan of the
Victor
podcast.
Radley.
Victor Radley's another one.
He's in a bit of
How
trouble.
many things? If you watch their career, how many things that they did that they got severely punished for, where other players that did the same thing didn't receive?
Yeah.
And of course, prior
Especially Victor
incidences go into that. But still, you got to look at it from a factual point, not a feelings point.
But even then, like if Latrell was playing on the weekend and he did a high shot, the first thing we're all thinking is, oh, what a grub. Because that's our emotion, that's our feelings towards him because of his prior indiscretions, right? But if you actually break it down and go, well, actually, if I take my emotion and my feelings out of it, it was a high tackle. He probably shouldn't miss a week. Like it was, do you know what I mean? Like if we just kind of isolate it, but it's hard. I know what you're saying, man. It's hard with guys like Nelson and JWH, who's gone now, but Radley and stuff, because they do it so often that...
But they make the game exciting.
That's true.
They make the game what it is, and if we're going to get rid of all that, we're going to have a pretty boring game.
I just think if Reece gets sent off rather than Sinbend, we don't get to see 15 minutes of possibly the best footy from one person we've ever seen. Like,
And I'm going to get into that later on.
Okay.
In my
Yep, cool.
So
Anything to finish off with?
no.
I was just going to say I don't remember the other headbutts, but the thing that stood out for Walsh for me was that it was isolated outside of the actual playing of the football.
Yeah.
Like, and someone's just yelling in his face.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, it was provoked, but it was like unprovoked at the same time, if that makes sense to you guys. Like, he was provoking him, but it wasn't to the point of you should headbutt him. No, you should turn around and go, yes, we made a mistake.
There's been tons,
it wasn't even me.
Tons of that niggle.
Why is he yelling at me? It wasn't my fault anyway. And then walk off.
That's a brain snap.
And then
but like, and you look at
you see it every week.
You look at the Saifidi photo. Reed Marnie got under his skin. Yeah. And that's the play the ball's
gone.
Oh,
and his is right up against his head already.
Right up against
him.
So
he didn't
No, he did. That's footage. That's a still shot. He did actually go in and headbutt him because he.
So same deal.
Same deal. So it's the pest mentality, and Hudson Young knew how to get under his skin.
Yeah.
And it's up to Reece in that moment when he's frustrated to hold
And
himself
Reece didn't
back.
even do
Don't
anything.
do something stupid, Reece. And
Yeah.
that's what hopefully he'll learn out of this.
I think we should probably all agree that Manly are guilty regardless of the situation.
Everyone hates Manly.
Everyone hates Manly. Yeah.
Jed?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's probably second.
So-
Sorry,
Manly.
Manly.
We're not talking about Manly.
We don't have any
just so you know.
Manly paraphernalia up here, do we?
Yeah. Who
Not
was
yet.
it?
I will
If you are the Manly supporter, let us know.
Matt's got a
Back your
comment.
team.
Go, Matt.
I was just going to say, you know, it was good to see Reece come out with an intention to be better when he did come back. Like in
Oh, it
previous
was-
years
yeah.
or younger Reece, we'd see him come out and he'd be all mopey and whatever and try and force his hand, but he came out and I think I think if anything it made him play better.
Yeah.
And then after he came back, it was leaps and bounds better footy than what had been previously. And the game up to that point was exceptionally good anyway. And then it just went to another level. So he made that conscious decision not to let it affect him and just get on with the job.
Post the brain snap, we could see some maturity.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about that later on in the game, but we're going to have a quick break and we'll get into the finals.
All right, so finals week 1, the first game, the Storm 26 versus the Bulldogs 18. The Bulldogs were lucky to get that 18, I feel personally. Stephen Crichton ruled out of this match.
Yep.
Storm looking okay, but not
Amazing.
convincing to win the premiership. I was talking to Callan in the car. I'm like, who's our favourite to win the comp now?
No idea.
Nobody. So
Things
yeah,
have definitely evened up
yeah.
a bit.
But like I said to Jace, the last 6 years we kind of knew who the two favourites were going to be in the grand final. But now it's... I still think Penrith, I've said for a while now Penrith, and I still think Penrith will be there.
Well, I really think it's whoever can complete up near 90.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
Melbourne are at 82, so it's close. But I think if you can't complete, you won't get there.
It's true.
But yeah, the Dogs played all right. What I will say is, as soon as Toby Sexton came on, well, he got a massive cheer, and he really straightened up their attack, and that's when they actually started to come back. And yes, that try was a bit lucky, but they need to stick with the bloke. Like, Lachlan Galvin, he is, like...
Are we talking about feelings?
Facts and feelings.
Feelings?
Yeah, we've already
Facts
spoken
and
about this.
feelings. The facts are Jed's correct.
Okay, but I'll give you one fact.
That's true.
Jed-
He cannot defend.
Jace just said
He just said you're right.
Didn't even hear it. It was in his.
Oh, that's so good.
I was the
Honestly,
one that couldn't hear.
I was at the pub for this game. Great atmosphere.
At the pub.
Anyway,
2,000 k's away from the actual game. Great atmosphere.
Well, he's been named. He's been named at halfback again.
There you go, Jed. He's in halfback, right?
They've moved Burton to the centres this week, so
yeah.
you'll be pretty happy, I imagine.
Yep. All right, but yeah, let's talk more about this game. What did you guys think?
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit of a... It was alright, like... It was a bit boring in parts and...
I do feel maybe more the Sharks Roosters, but I think these two games as well, I don't think they were reffed like a finals game. I think there were far too many little
I'll put the whistle away, refs.
penalties.
Put the whistle, even in the
And I'm
Bronx
like,
Canberra games.
How many,
penalties? Come on!
Well, I do have to say, though, how good was Munster's acting?
Oh,
Oh, my
Can't
gosh.
put a show on.
I thought
How did he-
he snapped his leg off.
it was a
He
miracle.
rolled on the ground for like 10 minutes.
He snapped
It
it
was
off
a
and put it back
miracle
on.
that he was better.
And then he hopped straight up.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I mean,
He
Far
took the-
out.
Did he take the kick after that? Oh, no, I can't
I think
remember.
he did.
He did something.
There was
We
nothing
know
wrong with
why
him.
Storm biased.
I'd like to point out the Dogs are in real trouble defensively. No, I clicked on the solo banner. I don't want the
Oh,
solo
no, banner.
I'd like to point out the missed tackle
this
account.
is
Jace, if you'd like to
right
tell
now.
us the missed tackle
I
account.
would love to tell you. 61 missed
By
tackles
the
to the
Dogs.
Dogs.
That is
And in Jed's
terrible.
words, 30 of those were Galvin.
No, Galvin missed 4. Bailey Hayward missed 15.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why are they starting to read Maloney?
Money.
Marnie.
Marnie, Maloney.
Like honestly,
And
like,
why do they have such similar names?
James Marnie.
Money.
like, oh, like,
Jimmy.
why did they screw up what was working for them
It,
at the start of the season?
I hear you, but no, it wasn't.
Then
It was only beating the crap teams.
Yeah,
like
they
Cronulla.
had an easy draw at the start of the season.
yeah, but
They
like,
played Melbourne. They got absolutely demolished, and he realised we need to change some things.
The Dogs were doing better than what they actually were on the ladder. Do you know what I mean? Like, sorry, they were doing better on the ladder than what they actually were playing.
And they
footy.
played the Sharks, and we lost Iro and Wilton in the first half, and they beat us, but it wasn't convincing. Games like that.
but hang on, okay.
Hang on.
So when the Dolphins smashed the Storm in midway through the season, did Craig Bellamy goes, "Oh, hang on, mate, we got to get Billy Slater back."
No,
Like,
but they're established. The Dogs have been there 1 year. They're not established team. They have work to do.
yeah, I just
And Bellamy drops people often.
yeah, I know, but like he may have dropped people, but he didn't like bring in some no name.
Lockie Galvin's on no name.
Craig Bellamy definitely has brought in some no names.
Jonah Peasant.
Seve, Peasant, Howarth,
Howard,
Yeah.
Chan.
whoever
Joe
that
Chan.
winger is.
Okay,
What
yeah.
the heck is it going,
Look,
Chan?
look, I agree, but I'm still gonna fight you on this.
All right. Fight later.
Let's
I'm
move
ready.
to the second game. It was in Auckland, Saturday afternoon. 24 to the Panthers, 8 to the Warriors.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, go for it,
Hang on.
mate.
He's fired
All
up.
right, I'll
Go,
shut
Jed.
up. Shutting up.
Okay, this game would have been a lot closer. There were two crucial decisions that really affected the game. One was the double movement. Okay, if that ball definitely touched the ground, and then he promoted it, and then that pass. Was that pass not 2 meters forward?
I don't think a Roosters supporter can talk about forward passes.
But like,
How many forward passes did the Roosters get in that game?
yes, the scoreline may have been 28-4, but
What?
24-8. But at the time that those two tries happened, like the Warriors were still in the game. I'm not saying they would have won the game, but those two tries had a massive impact on that game. There needs to be an investigation.
Potentially. Their missed tackles also did it 45 to 31.
and
and their errors, 16 errors.
Huge.
Yeah.
The
So
Warriors, that
it
is.
yes, it would have been a lot closer, but that they have been out of form for months. The Warriors,
Yeah.
they're lucky to be still in the top 8. Like they were serious doubt to even stay in the top 8.
Completion rate was at 83% as well. They just, Jay, I said this to Jace, I said they just know what, Penrith have won a comp the last 4 years in every way possible, right? This year, if they do it this year, it'll be a whole nother new way again, but Penrith know what it takes to get to the grand final. Twice they've won premierships where they've had to play 4 finals or 3 finals games to get to the grand final. Other times they've won the first week and made it to the prelim. They've got the guys there to know what it takes. And
Were you convinced by them on the weekend, though?
no, but I'm convinced by the fact that they know what to do.
They've got the experience.
Even when they're not great, Jed, they're still winning by
Yeah.
16 points. They've got the experience. When they're having a shocker of a game, Cleary goes, oh, I'll just make the most
You
of
know
it.
who had a shocker of a game? DWZ.
Yeah,
Oh.
he did actually.
Oh my gosh.
It was bad.
Andrew
Man, talk
Webster,
about brain snaps.
Yeah.
Far out.
Andrew Webster at his press conference, to his credit, just said, yeah, at the times where it mattered, we didn't match them. And that was pretty. It was great to see Leota and Fisher Harris go at it, the brothers.
I thought Tanner Boyd really struggled.
Yeah.
He's not quite there yet.
And he's not an elite halfback yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if he will be, but yeah.
Yeah, no wonder the
He
Titans let him
kicked
go.
it out on the full, didn't he, a couple of times?
Yeah.
And
Just poor kicks, poor placement.
and that's what you won't get from Cleary most of the time in a final.
Iceman.
Iceman.
He did play James Maloney. I watched the 2016 grand final. In the last 10 minutes, James Maloney kicked it out on the full, kicked a bomb that went nowhere, and made a critical error. So anyway...
Speaking about errors, if you follow either of these next two teams,
Can
you've
I-
made an error.
Can I say to all the Cronulla haters,
Nice.
can I just say, no one gave us a chance.
I gave you a
There
chance.
was not one of the pundits that said Cronulla were going to win. Pre-game show, can I say to Fox's discredit, there were 3 Roosters on the Fox's panel.
Oh, really?
And they were, even at halftime there, they had Kronk, they had a Nasta, and I forget the other bloke. But and they were just talking about Roosters all halftime. But we won,
Yeah, I think there was
and we were always going to win.
Yeah.
And secondly, if you didn't tip the Sharks this week, you can't tip us next week.
Says
That's
you
the
make the
rule.
rules.
Yeah.
I've decided.
What I'll say is Jason was definitely right in terms of
Yes.
you guys had the better bench. But what I will say is that this was one of the worst finals games I've watched in a long, long time.
It was a bludger.
It was the penalties.
It was a bludger.
What were
Yeah.
they doing? It could have been an end-to-end absolute physical battle.
Yeah.
The Roosters played like crap in the second half.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and what I was going to say is like 16 errors for us, 11 errors for you guys. Not great footy, but yeah, we absolutely blew it. Like, I love you, Jason, but like we played terrible, and if we play our best, we're winning. But we
What's that
played
got to do
terrible.
with you loving him?
I think if we play our best and you play your best, you guys go home crying.
Still.
Well, I do that most days.
It was a bludger. This
We missed
game.
41
It
tackles.
didn't feel like. It didn't feel
We
like.
missed
a finals game.
41 tackles.
Yeah. It didn't feel
And
like
you
a
still
finals
couldn't get
game.
there.
But I will say that at no stage did I feel like the Roosters were in control of the game.
No.
I was just like, oh, the Sharks have got this. The whole game, it just didn't feel like the Roosters were even going to come back or that they were in any form of control over us. So
No.
you kind of saved your worst for last.
Yeah, I'd rather go now though.
We completed at 79%, which is close to that 80 benchmark.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
There
I
was
still
only
think
one
that
set
if
away.
you guys can play like you did in the first half when we watched them against the Broncos, you win the competition.
Yeah.
But it's whether you can do that.
Okay, Matt, any
Well-
thoughts?
I
an
didn't.
outsider?
I didn't actually get to watch this game. I listened to it on the
You didn't miss
radio. But yeah, it was a bit of a bludger
Did not miss much. So
on the audio.
All right, this is my time to shine.
why is it your time to shine? The rest of us have opinions. All right, Sunday afternoon
Going from the worst finals game,
to possibly the best.
the best ever. I'm going to say game in recent memory.
In terms
I'd
of
say. Better. I would say this was Origin level.
in terms of
If
two,
not- the
the
more.
Panthers Raiders and the Panthers Storm game this year were
They were pretty. They were
probably
really good
equally
too.
as.
Yeah.
the quality of this game wasn't at its highest, but in terms of drama,
Excitement.
and chops and changes and excitement, I don't think I've ever seen a game change as much as this like it did. Like I genuinely thought the Bronx were done.
Yeah.
But the final score, obviously, if you've been living under a rock, it was 29-28 after 94 minutes of footy. And I think we need to give Jed a couple of minutes.
All right, Jed.
Okay.
Fire away.
I've kind of forgotten a little bit because
That's
I've
all
been
right.
wrapped up. But what I will say is, okay, first of all, the Reece Walsh incident. How the heck does, first of all, and I must apologise to Chloe, so you don't have to listen to this, is...
You know she will.
Yeah, is how the heck does Hudson Young, yes, he does, I will admit he does flop, but how the heck does if you're going to send off Hudson Young, how does Reece Walsh? He should have been sent, not just simping. You know, all he did was Hudson Young.
Facts and feelings, CJ.
Hudson Young, all he did was say a couple of words that got under Reece's, fingers. And then we go into the refereeing. I thought the refereeing on both sides was absolutely terrible. Like that, the first try that the Broncos got when the Raiders bloke played the ball, what was wrong with that play of the ball? Can anyone tell me? Like that was like that.
Especially considering there was the next 3 sets after that also had similar play of the ball issues and they didn't get pinged.
Yeah, exactly. That was absolutely ridiculous. And
on both sides.
And on both sides.
Not just the even up.
I'm going to go into something a little bit different now. Okay, so the Courier Mail, and I'm going to call out the journalist, Peter Badell.
Oof.
You've been called.
Hopefully we don't get sued. Anyway, go.
Okay, he's put out an article today complaining because if you don't know, the prelim final is going to be on the Sunday. Now, all year, or a lot of times, you look at that draw. The Broncos against the opposition has a shorter turnaround compared to the Broncos.
Can you prove that? Or are you just making?
No,
I want proof.
Okay, well, I can't do that now. We don't have time.
Well, then you shouldn't be claiming it if you don't have facts,
Okay,
Jed.
okay.
It's just your assumption.
Okay. We'll look at the most recent one. Okay, so the Raiders in the last round had to play on the Sunday, and the Broncos had to play on the Thursday, and so that gave the Broncos 3 extra days for that turnaround. Now, if the Broncos win the grand final, win the major semi, which they'll have to play on the Friday night, compared to, sorry, the Broncos will play on the Sunday afternoon, and the other prelim final will be on the Friday night, so it doesn't clash with the AFL grand final. So, all year, for the last couple of years, Broncos getting Friday night games. They get a longer turnaround against the opposition teams, and all of a sudden, you're going to whinge about that. And then what I'll finally say
Whinge about what?
About the short turnaround.
He's whinging about the Broncos' short turnaround for the grand final.
If they
That was
make
the
it.
article.
Yeah.
Which they won.
And
Which is unfair. Because if it's a Broncos Melbourne grand final, Melbourne play on Friday, they get an 8-day turnaround, the Broncos get a 6-day turnaround. How's that fair against the Bronx?
Yeah, but all of a sudden, we hear all about it, but you don't ever hear about the articles about...
Because, do you know how many... Let's start talking some facts, Jed. Alright? Do you want me to start talking facts, or do you just want to leave your little...
Let him finish his segment
speech
first, and then we'll go into it.
Yeah. And I forgot my last thing, but
Don't let that.
it was going to be good, but yeah. Anyway, I apologise, Chloe.
Why are you apologising to Chloe?
Because I don't want to make her upset.
Why?
Oh.
My thinking is that,
Yeah.
if that's Penrith, they're not really complaining about that.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I've never heard them complain about short turnaround. Maybe they get every long turnaround. I don't know. But I think maybe just get over it.
Yeah,
if you're lucky enough to get there, just play hard enough to win.
Yeah, okay, I agree that it's
Hang
unfair.
on, the Broncos aren't complaining. Peter Badell from the Courier Mail put the article out.
All right, Peter, stop complaining.
This is the thing. You draw the conclusion that because Badell, a journalist, has put the article out, that the Broncos are
he
whinging
rode
about
with
it.
the Broncos
But
on the plane.
Again, we're not talking
He was
facts.
invited and they fed him an article.
Okay.
And said, hey, Peter,
But would
post this.
you agree that the Raiders would be, put out and ignore the fact that they rested all the players in that last round.
Yeah, they literally rested all their players.
But ignore that fact,
Yep.
right?
We just ignore the fact because
Ignore this fact.
it doesn't suit your
Ignore this
narrative.
fact.
Is that right?
No, but
what about the fact that the Storm and Broncos play every single Thursday night last round of the year? It's a tradition.
Oh yeah, that's an absolute joke.
Why?
That is a joke.
It's a tradition. That's what they do.
You guys get to play
Jed.
the dodgy Rabbitohs in the last round every
Exactly,
year.
that's a joke.
That's
Jed,
a joke. The dodgy Rabbits.
The Broncos played
an easy
24
round.
games this year, right?
Yeah.
How many did they play on Friday?
74.
I would
24. How many?
I would probably say a good 12 or 13.
7.
And what about
7.
Thursday night?
1.
Okay, so out of
So
24,
my
out
point
of
is-
24,
Yep.
how many home games were there?
12.
And they played 7 of the
14.
12.
No.
On Friday night.
No. Not every Friday night game was at home.
Oh yeah, but the Magic round is
But-
at Suncorp.
So here's why. So they've played. So already your narrative's being flawed. They play all their games on Friday. No, they played 7 out of 24. And here's the other thing. Do you know why they want the Broncos to play Thursday and Friday nights?
Money.
Who's the highest revenue making club in the NRL?
yes, I
The Brisbane
do.
Broncos. Hey, I'm not finished. Who's the highest membership in the NRL?
South.
The Broncos.
Oh, okay.
Who puts the most bum? Who has the highest average attendance in the NRL?
Yeah.
The Broncos. Is the NRL a business?
Yes.
Does the NRL need to make money?
Yeah.
So if you're a businessman, what are you going to do to make the NRL money? You're going to put the team that makes the most amount of money, that puts the most bums on seats, that does the most for their fans, my biggest membership, I should say. You're going to put them on the prime time slot that makes the most money. Am I wrong?
So you're
that
going to
mean
rig
that's
it. You're
right?
going to rig it to get the money.
So is it rigging?
Rigging it to get
Is it
the
rigging?
money.
So
That's what you're saying.
The Cowboys play most of their games on Saturday night. Do you know why? Because most of our fan base travel 3 hours plus to get there. They can't get there on Thursday, Friday nights. Are you saying that they're rigging it just so that they're opening the door for more of our fans to get games?
Yes. Isn't that what we're saying?
I'm asking
That's
you.
fine.
I'm asking
Is
you
that
the
not
question.
rigging it for... Yes.
Okay, so you're calling that rigging rather than them trying to open the door to the rest of their fans in the comp.
It's the same thing.
So, what do you mean?
What's
Well-
the difference?
Well, look at the logic behind what they're doing. This is you guys are getting caught up in emotions and feelings rather than facts. And I'm glad I brought this point up because
You brought up the facts. I'm agreeing with you. Because all that was your point.
you called it rigging.
Yeah.
But it's
I can call it whatever I want to call it.
It's not. It's looking at the facts and going, you can see why the Broncos get their home games, 7 of
Yes.
them, on Friday nights. Exactly.
Yes.
So what's the issue?
It's not fair.
Why is it not fair?
I want a Friday night game.
But you guys don't pull a crowd to even Sunday games.
I can't get to the.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I can't get to the Gold Coast.
I'm
I
saying,
agree
look-
with you. It's for
look at the-
revenue raising.
Yes,
And I
exactly.
agree that's fine.
Exactly.
But it is not fair to the other team.
If it's rigging, then why have the Bronx not won a comp since 2006?
Well, that's on their roster management.
No.
end.
If it makes that big a difference to the comp, why haven't they won since 2008? You've got this agenda against the Broncos because it's feelings and not facts.
Well, they had a shot in 2015, and
Exactly.
they
And
had
they
a
blew
shot.
it.
in 2023.
I'm not
And they blew it
disagreeing
in
with
2015.
But you're still not seeing the perspective. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Jed. You're not the one that brought the argument up.
I'm bringing my own argument.
You're fighting with
I've got
yourself.
my own.
You're fighting with yourself.
Listen to me.
So you brought up facts, so-called facts, that the Broncos play all. They don't. They played 7 this
Of
year.
9. Did you say 7 of
12.
9? 7 of 12.
Yeah. Okay?
Yeah.
Happy? Facts over feelings, Jetty. And as a Cowboys fan, I want more money in the game, and I don't care if the Bronx have to play more games. Get over it. As a fan of the Cowboys, it doesn't bother me that the Broncos get more home games. Just get over it.
But I think that they should share, because if you have more games on Channel 9 on a Friday night, it brings in more money sponsorship for that club. So
Hang on.
It's making
Says who?
Well-
Sponsorship from ads do not go to the clubs.
no. But if you have your sign, so say if you've got I don't know, Mobs Electrical, and you've got them, and you've got a
They
sign
do get
at
more
some
money
court.
for the signage on the stadium.
Yes, but you don't get the amount of viewers that the Broncos do at prime time. Putting the Titans on at prime time compared to the Broncos at prime time, you don't get the amount of viewers. So you're not making more money.
Yeah.
Depends who's playing the Titans.
Anyway,
No, but the point is you don't have the membership base.
all right. So anyway, I was right. Cullen was wrong. Let's talk about the game.
Rigging.
Oh, I see how it is. You guys can't handle. You can't handle it.
Okay,
This is what I'm
talking about
I can
rigging.
handle it.
Dolphins home game against Broncos
Yep.
on a Friday night
Yep.
at Suncorp.
Yeah.
Well, they had to because of the capacity.
Because the
Anyway.
Dolphins have a higher membership than what they can fit into KO Stadium. The Dolphins choose to have the game at Suncorp. How was that the Broncos' fault?
I didn't say it was the Broncos' fault.
Why are you
So
bringing it
the
up?
NRL wants to make money.
Oh, you guys
more
are
money,
just
more
so
corruption.
tinfoil
Just
hat.
agreeing with you. What?
I'm agreeing with you,
how are you
Cullen.
agreeing?
I'm agreeing.
More money. It's on a Friday.
I want Cows
We're
to play on
agreeing
Saturday
with
No,
you.
nights.
you're not agreeing.
Titans to
I'm
play.
agreeing. It's
can't
about money.
handle
I'm
it. Your
agreeing.
clubs
It's been.
are down here and the Bronx are up here and you just can't handle it.
Anyway,
Anyway, I think that the Broncos and Raiders will play each other again in the grand final.
I
Yeah.
probably agree with that actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that's-
The only way that
And
happens
going back
if
to your
the
earlier
Bulldogs
point-
miraculously beat Penrith.
No one argued with the Hudson Young sin bin.
we haven't got to that yet.
Yeah, he brought it up. It was his first point.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who,
I didn't
who
get a
argued with you?
No one.
No one.
Nobody
We
in the
all said
world
that he
argued
shouldn't have
with
been
that.
sent to the
So
sin bin.
Hudson Young
Uh-oh.
shouldn't have been
No way.
sin binned.
Do you know who
Raiders,
should have got?
Raiders should have got the penalty. It was rigged.
No, mate,
Yeah.
if they wanted to send someone, they should have
Titans
sent
fans'
Tarpany.
philosophy. That's why they're down the
Yeah.
bottom of the ladder all the time.
No,
You
it's 'cause
guys
we
didn't
suck.
listen to me, and I feel very undervalued.
So here you go.
Oh,
Go.
you're talking feelings.
if
again,
they
it's
wanted
not
to
facts.
send someone, they probably should have sent Tarpany.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's actually a
He
fact.
came in with us.
That
But
is
yeah,
not a feeling.
what I
that
will
is a fact.
say is even though the Reece Walsh should have been sent off.
Sent off. No, hang on. Why? No, why?
How? Because if
Based
you're,
on what?
because if you're going to send Ben, because words can't hurt. That was just a feelings thing. Anyway, let me.
Come on, Jed. Spit it out.
What I will say is that 15 minutes that when Reece Walsh came in, that was some of the best footy that I have seen.
Absolutely.
And the Raiders, I'm not sure if the choke is the right word, but they definitely shut up shop.
Fade.
Faded.
They faded.
They
You know, like in that last 2 minutes, like the last set that they had, they basically went one out and they're trying to do this slow play of the ball. No, that was completely wrong. They blew that game as well. Like there was a couple of opportunities that, you know, I think it was the centre, you know, like he tried to double pump it and stuff like that. Jamal Fogarty not standing deep enough for a field goal.
Not standing deep enough, not
on the
standing on
wrong
the wrong side of the field.
Yeah.
He's a right foot kicker on the right side.
Yeah.
He did not direct his team.
Yeah.
That was the worst halfback. It was the worst 10 minutes before full time,
Yeah.
plus the extra time in Golden Point.
Yeah.
It was the worst
It was poor management.
organisation of a team,
Yeah.
including the captain running from the side of the field he should be on
Yeah.
to the other side so that he can't kick the field
Yeah.
goal. That was terrible.
What about the field goal that hit the crossbar? That was
Reece.
that was unbelievable. I must admit
Reece
that
was so close. I
Yeah.
I also didn't 100% think that Stewart knocked on the ball for the try.
Yeah.
I think I would have been happy if they gave the try
Because you didn't touch it, or because you thought it went backwards?
because I didn't think it went forwards.
Yeah, I thought it went forwards because you can see it. His hand is here, and even though his hand's facing this way, Karapani couldn't have been behind him. Karapani was in front of him, and so they've gone, well, if he's touching it, it's hit Karapani. Karapani was in front of him, not behind him.
It
So
could still hit you, and then, but yeah, anyway, you can disagree with that. Anyone can. I don't really care, but I didn't think. I think most people wouldn't have been too blow uppy if they won with that try.
And the last question I'll ask is, do we think that Ashley Klein is the best man for the job coming into the finals?
Not anymore. No.
well, let's clarify. Ashley Klein didn't sin bin Hudson Young. The bunker sin bin Hudson Young.
Did he?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But
The bunker came down and said you could send Hudson Young. He said, yeah, I'm going to send both of them.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the thing. They got the call wrong.
Yeah. What about the actual, like, if you, apart from that,
Who was the I want to send to? Who was that ref?
Jared Sutton.
Sorry?
yeah,
That was
Jared
Sutton.
Sutton.
All right. I'm completely against Sutton.
yeah.
Yeah,
would,
so he didn't ref a game this week.
yeah.
Most
Would you
people
agree that for the Broncos Raiders game that there were decisions on both sides? I must admit that were very dubious.
The penalty count was 7-1 to the Raiders after 60 minutes.
Yeah, I know that. I didn't get that.
There's no way in the world in a finals game with two teams close to each other on the ladder, there should be a 7-1 penalty count.
Yeah.
Also, I think. What was I going to say? I would say there were some dubious calls, but none that cost. None that altered the result. Even Hudson Young getting sent to the bin, that didn't affect the result of the game.
Yeah, because at that time, when
It
Pat
would've.
Carrigan
How?
Hudson stays on. Raiders get the penalty.
13 versus
They-
11.
No, because Carrigan wasn't off yet.
3 minutes later he was.
Yeah,
sure.
but he may not have gone off either. Right, so they're without Reece for
God.
10 minutes.
Get into tinfoil hat stuff.
No. They march up the field 30 metres and they don't drop off like
Yeah.
what they did.
Yeah, it didn't.
It would have been a
affect the
completely
result.
different
It
game.
didn't affect the result. The Broncos. Okay, so here's my reason why the Broncos were the better team on the night. Raiders scored 3 of their tries off kicks. That's nothing wrong with that. Generally, there's less skill as a team required. You haven't broken the defensive line.
Yeah.
You've gotten it through kicks. 1 try was scored off an intercept, and 1 try was scored when they were down to 11 players. All 5 of the Broncos' tries came from them breaking the line through superior ball play and passing and breaking their line.
I will say-
So, attacking wise, I would say the Broncos were the better team. Defensive wise, in terms of muscling up for that first 60 minutes, Raiders dominated the Bronx.
Yeah.
Their forward pack dominated the Bronx. But the last 20 minutes, defensively, I think the Bronx, and poor management from the Raiders, I think the Bronx did a better job.
I will say that Raiders left edge, I think was Sebastian Chris, did look very vulnerable.
Timoko.
Oh, Timoko. Yeah.
He missed like 10 tackles. Or something.
Yeah, that looked very, and I don't know about that side.
So if we look at it holistically, we go, I think the better team on the day one. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Just
Just at 1 point win.
after 94 minutes.
Yep. But it got them through to a prelim. So it doesn't matter how much you win by.
Well, if old mate didn't hit the legs of Walsh when he went for that kick,
No, that
we'd be
was pretty
sitting here
dumb.
talking about it.
It's dumb because everyone knows the rule. Everyone knows.
Because it got charged down anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
He misses the kick. He gets
Yeah.
charged.
Actually,
down.
one thing that I didn't understand is, okay, I will agree that it should have been a penalty, but the referee blew full time. Oh,
He blew 1 whistle for time off, and
Oh.
there's always 10 seconds after the game to allow for challenges or for the video refs to intervene.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's
Because
what-
it was a try.
Yeah. And they check every
okay.
single try.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering.
That's very good. Because that happened with, I don't know who Cowboys were playing. And then
Penrith, wasn't it?
old mate
Oh.
kicked,
Yeah.
Holmes kicked the...
Oh,
he
no.
didn't kick a goal all night, but then he kicks one there
Yeah, I remember that.
and the death.
Anyway, is that anything else to add?
No,
Nope.
All right, well,
just rigged.
we'll have a quick break
Whole
and
game's rigged.
and then we'll get in.
Tinfoil hat.
All right, and then we'll talk about
I'll just take my 10
week's
fork
grit.
off.
I've got some tin down there. I'll go and get some.
All right, we're going to talk about next week's games while Matt fixes the camera. Thanks, guys. Week 2 of the finals, Saturday the 20th. 2 big games.
GIO again.
The biggest games of the year, potentially.
Raiders favourites. Whew.
Yep, Raiders versus Sharks.
What's the favourites?
My
I finished first.
prediction is that.
No, hold on. No. I'm the only one that can go for the Sharks.
Yep.
You will be the only one going for Sharks, so I'll be
Yeah,
tipping
I
Raiders.
think the Raiders. I think they put a scoreline on.
Oh!
I think they've played 94 minutes last week.
They'd
And
have
they've
to
got
be.
to somehow get up back off the canvas
Oh.
after. The thing is that it wasn't just 94 minutes. It was an emotional loss for them too.
Oh, yeah.
Considering everything involved. If the Raiders win this, it's going to be one heck of a win. I'm tipping Sharks. I don't care what you say, Jace.
I think if the Raiders are like winning and then start losing at the 60-minute mark. I think they'll just
Actually, scratch that. I'm tipping the
capitulate
Raiders.
there.
I will admit though,
tipping
there
the
has
Raiders.
been a couple of times over the last couple of years where Raiders play really well for 60 minutes or something like that, and then they just fall off a cliff. So
Not this year though.
Do
Except
they
for
have
last week.
Do they have the experience and the depth to get themselves off the canvas and get themselves up for another do or die finals?
I think it's a battle of two dodgy halfbacks. Which halfback can actually play a decent game? Is it going to be Nico or Fogarty?
Which Nico are we going to get
And
this week?
Good
I
point,
don't
good
think
question, Matt.
Fogarty has what it takes.
But then Nico has struggled under pressure too.
and I wouldn't say that for Nico, like he had a good game last week, but
Trindle was great.
yeah, Trindle was the guy that won it.
Trindle turned into a halfback. No, it's
Yeah.
great. If we could do that again,
And I,
it wasn't good. It wasn't crap.
but then like for the Raiders, like vice versa, I think Ethan Strange, despite his age, he's one of the most. You wouldn't think that with the way that he plays. He plays beyond his
Yep.
age. So
I think my bias towards the Raiders here is I want to see a Raiders Bronx grand final or a Raiders Penrith, but I probably will chop and change my tip a few times this week. At the moment, I'm going to go Raiders, but yeah, I don't know.
Well, have a look at the teams list there. Follow
It's
that up.
same as-
Is anyone missing?
Same as last week.
So no one's missing.
No.
They're all backing up.
Oh, I thought
Hazelton's named.
I thought Chris got injured, didn't he?
Chris, no.
Well, he
Did he
should
not?
have gone off for a HIA, in my opinion, because when he got tackled in
yes,
the air.
I agree with that.
And
too.
when he got tackled in the air and nothing come of it, it was just play on, even though he got tackled in the air.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just quickly, I know that from last week's game, Billy Walters is out for the season.
Yeah,
And-
Walters is out.
And I think Kura.
Piakura.
Yeah, Piakura.
He's gone. And I know they said they cleared Payne Haas, but it'll be there, that injury. But he's got 2 weeks to get back.
Yeah.
And I don't think that sort of thing bothers him like it bothers other people.
He's too tough.
What have been the last matchups? Who's won what?
Raiders won in the 78th minute.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
have you only played once this year?
Yeah, that I can remember, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, didn't you play round 1 or 2?
No, I played Penrith.
You know where I actually think this game will be won? I think that in the hooker role, because I rate both Tom Starling and who's your hooker again?
But Brayley.
Yeah, Bailey.
Bailey?
They are probably two of the best hookers going around in the competition. I really rate Starling. Like,
He has good games. He's not on Harry Grant level.
yeah, I'm not saying he's at Harry Grant level, but like, yeah, I think it'll be one in the middle of the field around the ruck.
Could come down to the battle of forwards
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, it is do or die, but Raiders really do need to win this.
It's 26
Otherwise,
teams.
they're out.
Well, either team's out. No, I don't know. It is pretty hard to tip.
What I do have good memories of is beating the Raiders in the finals in 2016. And Michael Ennis doing the big
Viking clap. Yeah.
That's where we lost Wade Graham 3 minutes in. And that was Kurt Capel's first NRL game.
Yeah.
And he was meant to be playing
wow.
back row, and he ended up on the other side of the field. And they're like, "Get on the other side!" And he was just so excited, he was running everywhere.
All right, Sunday afternoon, Bulldogs versus Penrith.
Sunday Arvo.
Massive in for Penrith is Mitch Kenny comes back. So that basically
Good
means that
point.
they're full strength now.
They haven't actually named him at 9.
No,
But yeah,
he's on the extended.
you could probably expect that to change.
Interesting. They've got Crichton at 23 in the reserves.
Montoya
Didn't
and
he
Crichton.
Didn't he break something?
Syndesmosis, I think we discussed.
Whatever syndesmosis is.
In his foot.
Oh, good. You guys get Ashley Klein.
Uh,
Can you pronounce that name, Jed?
Ziggy.
Can they also have blocker?
Ziggy Brazilakaza.
He's actually a good ref.
Who's favourites? Penrith. Well and truly favourites.
Ooh.
I'm tipping Penrith. I'm tipping Penrith.
But what I will say is that the Dogs out there, they'll have 70 odd thousand out there.
I'd be mad.
and you can't knock. You know, having that home crowd advantage is going to be massive for them. So, you know, like, yes, Penrith are at favourites on the sports bet market, but, you know.
You don't know what you could be losing.
So what are you saying?
What is it costing you?
Yeah.
Who are you
like,
tipping?
I'm going to tip...
Jed's tipping the Dogs, I can feel it.
But you just paid him out before and said that they're done and useless, and what's he doing picking
The
Galvin
question will
again?
be, how big of a role does Crichton play in that team? Can they win a game without him?
And if they pick him, is he going to get injured?
Can they beat Penrith?
No,
Because
no.
last time it was pretty evenly matched, right? When they lost by the Cleary charge down.
I just see their bench with Kurt Mann and Reid Maloney.
Well, why is not Reid not starting? I know we said it before.
I think Toby
I know what you
Sexton's
said.
starting, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Is he at
seven.
hooker or 7?
7.
Is Toby... He's starting.
Yes,
We said that.
We said that
Before,
before.
to you.
He's starting.
Yes.
So
You've changed your tip, haven't you? You're going Dogs now.
Sexton
who's gone
Galvin.
in? So who did...
Burton.
Burton is where Crichton is, so I think
Oh.
you'll see him fall out.
You okay,
if
Jed?
Crichton comes
Yeah,
back
see, I
in.
was going to tip Penrith, but
You put your house on it, didn't you? You've already tipped Penrith. You put the house. He's just realised.
Toby, he's the sexiest man alive. Like,
Oh, yawning. All right,
Anyway,
I got to tip Dogs.
Penrith win. Penrith win easy.
I got to tip Dogs. Dogs to the win.
Leota.
I know. I can just imagine next week when the Dogs lose, you're going to absolutely flip your lid at Serraldo.
and Lockie Galvin.
Oh, Galvin's going to cop it next week if they lose.
Yeah.
But Galvin is more of a 5'8", so you know,
fair enough.
future Origin player.
Wow. Okay.
So, just a couple of things I forgot to spoke about. I watched a few of the press conferences from the coaches,
Yep.
and I've been saying that, you know, the Roosters should sack their coach and all their stuff, kick them out of the
We all
comp.
have.
Oh, were you serious about that?
But Trenton Robinson actually said something really good on his press conference. He said, because they said, oh, you know, do you think it's a success even though, because you made finals? And he said, no, there's only one successful team,
Yeah.
and that's the team that win the premiership. And he said the only other way you can measure every other team is, are they on a track to win the premiership? Mm-hmm. And he said what we have built this year is putting us on track to win a premiership. So that's why I'm happy with our trajectory. And I thought, oh, that's a really...
Great perspective.
Like, obviously he's a great coach, but I just saw it there and went, wow, that's a really good perspective and a really good thought about, oh, okay. Obviously he had to say that because they didn't get in the top 4 or whatever.
Do you know what it means about the cows? We got worse.
What
We're on a trajectory towards the spoon.
But I did think, because I was thinking the Sharks, I'm like, oh, are we on a trajectory to win a comp with the team we got?
That's a good point.
I think we might get close this year, but not because we've become a better team, but because I think the matchups favour us.
Yeah, but you guys have been on a trajectory to win the grand final for the last 10 years.
Well,
We've always been there,
you've
but
always
we
been in the
haven't
top
done
8.
anything to improve,
Yeah.
You haven't got over that last hurdle, hey?
which is Kennedy is the hurdle.
Oh,
But anyway, so that was a really interesting thing, and Webster was similar in thought as well. He's like, oh, we need those guys at those key moments, and he talked about Helasima and the other couple of young guys, and he said they're on a way, and they'll have better options. So I thought that was really good.
Yeah, and I've got one quick question for Matt. So Justin Holbrook has been appointed coach of Newcastle.
Good.
You'd be happy,
Yep.
like if you're a Newcastle supporter.
I would be.
Yeah.
I disagreed with him getting sacked from the Titans. I thought he got sacked too soon.
It's a good coach,
He,
eh?
he won a premiership in the Super League, comes to the Titans, didn't get to pick his team essentially. He already had, you know, indentured players there.
Yep.
Didn't get to do what he wanted to do. We talked to him,
Yeah.
and he was a decent bloke. Took 5 minutes out of his time after a loss as well.
Weren't you
Talk to
ninth
us.
when he got sacked?
We were. I think we were up there. We were on a trajectory.
Yep.
Like sacked Neil Henry, year later or whatever it was, a year and a half later, sacked Garth Brennan, and then we got Justin Holbrook, and instead of learning from the mistakes and letting this guy actually have a crack at it, they get rid of him. So if the Knights stick with their guy, I think they'll.
It's interesting how long they can stick with him for, though, because they stuck with O'Brien for so long.
I know.
Years, yeah.
So it'll be interesting how long they feel they can give him.
2 years is not enough.
No.
You've got player contract. Most player contracts aren't really
Well, look at
longer than
Serraldo.
2 or 3 years. So
Serraldo needed 5.
yeah, well, if he inherits a team, then he needs time to either build that team or clean it out, and then build in.
That's like
Get
Josh
the
Heno.
depth
Yeah.
built up.
I hope they give Josh Heno 5 years at the Titans.
Well, I think he is signed for 5 years. So
Yeah. Anyway.
Even if you finish 16th for the next few years,
Yeah.
give him a couple of years to, like Robinson was saying, establish first.
And you've got to clear out. It'll take you 3 years to clear out all the players that aren't going to line up for your system.
The Campbell
Yeah.
Gillards.
Well,
well, he's stuck with Ponga for now. They've just overpaid, in my opinion, for Dylan Brown as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to try and get those two guys to work together and get the best out of them. And on their day, they're great players.
Well, that's
The question is, can he integrate them into that that current roster, and who else is available to pick up and fill the holes that they've
Well, that's
got?
a Melbourne blueprint, right? Not overpay, but pay your spine most of the money, get the best spine, and then just
That's how
fill
it
it
should
with
be.
potential.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But you got like, look at the Knights roster. Like, you got Bradman Best there, right? He's a beast.
He's awesome.
We know that he can play good footy. You got Phoenix Crosland that goes alright. You got Fletcher Sharp that goes really good as well. The only thing is probably Gagai. He's probably, I think he's like 50 years old this year.
55.
You know, like
Oh,
how many
55,
more
right.
years can he play? He's like a senior leadership role in that team. You're gonna have to get someone in to take that. Dom Young, he's got a lot of potential as well.
Greg Marju.
You know, Greg Marju,
He's a beast. Can be.
he has his days, a bit rocks and diamonds.
Dom
Yeah,
Young
true.
has his
Yep.
days too.
Yeah,
But,
but that's what I mean.
yeah.
Like, if he can narrow down the days that they're rocks and try and get them up to being more often diamonds, then they're a great
Yeah.
team. They're a
Yeah.
top 8 team.
well,
Yeah.
they are. And that's why that defence they put up in the very last game was so...
They just didn't care.
Crazy.
They'd lost it.
I know again, we're at the end of our podcast. I don't think it got lost in all the controversy before, which, by the way, we're all mates here. Like, if you're watching and thinking that we all hate each other, we don't. We love each other. We're all good mates.
Except
Sometimes we turn on the controversy just for the potty. We are good mates and we all love each other. But it got lost. That 15 minutes of Reece Walsh football, we're talking about rocks and diamonds. He has some rocks. But that is why he's a superstar. And I think that shouldn't be lost, just what we saw him do for the Broncos.
He will be, if he can hone that
the
game,
rocks.
he will be as good as any of the other greats in the modern
If he can keep his
NRL
head.
era. If
He
he can stay
doesn't-
fit and healthy and...
He doesn't have to get rid of the errors.
Yeah,
I think that's a wrong perspective.
that's a good
He
point.
doesn't have to get rid of the errors. He has to make an error and be able to keep his head and not do it again.
I think the rocks
So-
are the
Rocks is the
The
problem.
rocks are
Yeah,
the-
it's,
the
he
head
makes an
snaps, the
error
brain
and he
snaps.
compounds it 3 or 4. James Maloney, who we mispronounce all the time for other players, is the perfect example. He will throw 2 cut-out intercept passes, and then he'll throw 4
with it.
perfect passes for a try and win you the game.
Yeah.
It's not the errors that the problem.
That'll come. He's only 23.
But he'll still make errors because he's such a good player.
Yeah, but you want him to be trying,
Yeah.
and there's going to be errors. And
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
right, it's how he reacts.
And it's at the right times.
Yeah.
And when the game's on the line, you got to produce. But Reece Walsh, as a total non-Broncos fan, I got to say that was some of the best football I've seen. That 40-20, apart from Burton's
Which one?
40-20.
2010.
one?
It was a 2010.
Well, in all
big one.
honesty, I didn't watch.
Did they kick 2 40-20s
All
in
of
that
the
game?
game.
He kicked 2.
Yeah.
But that last 40-20 near the sideline, that was as good good as I've seen.
Yeah.
He was hiding and he swept through.
Yeah.
That was
More of that.
Oh,
Less off-field stuff, more on-field stuff.
Yeah.
just stop drinking
but
the
that's
toilet
just-
water
yeah, stop
and
drinking-
practice the kicking.
That's
You're
just him. It's his persona.
It's the nail
Yeah.
polish, it's
Look-
the rock star.
If he wasn't a superstar, he still would have put it on Instagram,
And no one would care.
but no one would care,
Yeah.
right? It didn't
That's
bring
fair.
it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Look, you were young once. I'm sure you've done plenty of dumb things.
Yeah, but not
Just
drink
lucky-
toilet water.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
But lucky
Alright.
for us, we never had social media when we were kids. So.
Yeah.
All right, I think we should leave it there. But I want to leave you with 2 questions that I want to bring up
gee.
next week.
All right.
All right, I'm leaving these.
So
with
no
you,
answers right now.
No answers right now.
What if I got an answer right now?
I think next week will be
Okay,
good.
cool.
So there's a possibility that someone can get a concussion in the prelim, the one before the grand final?
Yep.
In a prelim and miss the grand final. Is there a solution there? Number 2, if someone does a suspendable offence, that's not crazy. They're also going to miss the grand final.
I've got a
Is-
solution for that.
Is
And
there a thing that we can look at to have because no one wants to miss Reece Walsh playing this next game. So is there a way that we can do it that doesn't mean you can go out and hit someone head high and miss a game next year?
I've been thinking about this all
Alright.
week. I'll tell you when we finish recording.
Next week, we'll come with those answers. Hey, how about you have a think about it? And then next week, when we bring our ideas, you might be able to go, oh, that was my idea. But thanks for going. If you're still listening, still tuning in, we appreciate it.
Well done.
Give it a like.
Yeah, it's
give
been
it
a long episode.
subscribe. You hung in there with Jed. You hung in there with
With me.
Callan's ranting. And,
Yeah.
you hung in there with finding out that the Broncos are rorting it. But all that aside, thank you for being here. And we'll see you next week. Have a good life.
Have a good life.
See you then.
Don't